If history had chosen Tesla, humanity might have advanced to an entirely different level of civilization. In fact, human civilization was just one step away from reaching a higher level. Did humanity click the wrong technology tree, leading to many detours and greatly delaying the development of human civilization? The answer is yes. But with the rise of the so-called king of invention, Edison, human technology turned in another direction, exploiting Earth's resources to build an energy model that generated enormous profits for capitalists, a model that in many ways continues to this day. Today we are talking about a turning point in human history, one that led humanity toward a completely different world.
Do you know the wireless remote control technology we still use today? Stealth technology for fighter jets, medical X-ray technology, and solar energy technology are all Tesla's contributions to humanity. Even the remote controls used in our homes today are his contribution. In terms of fame, he is not inferior to any scientist. His technical achievements can be said to far exceed Edison's. But that's just how the world is. True geniuses will always perish amidst human jealousy and desire. Tesla, born on July 10, 1856, was 9 years younger than Edison. When Tesla was 19, Edison was already ranked 9th among the 100 most influential figures in American history by the authoritative American journal The Atlantic. The top 8 were all American presidents like Lincoln, Washington, and Roosevelt, showing how great his influence was in America. Meanwhile, Nikola Tesla was just a teenager who had suffered from auditory hallucinations since childhood. From a young age, he always had auditory hallucinations and fantasies, and his fantasies were so real that his family thought he was mentally ill. In fact, some later analyzed that he might have been one of the few people connected to the Akashic Records.
The Akashic Records contain all past, present, and future information in the universe. This information is extremely detailed, even down to an individual's experiences, thoughts, emotions, and destiny. Not everyone can connect to the Akashic Records and understand its contents. Only the enlightened ones or the gifted ones can possibly see its contents. Have you thought of any such enlightened person? I've shared more details about the Akashic Records in another video on this channel. The link is in the description. Back to the story. Tesla might have also been such a gifted person because since he was a child, whatever he wanted to make, he could do it immediately just by thinking about it. While others had to spend money and rice on experiments, he only needed to meditate, and the experiment was completed in his brain. Tesla's father was a learned Orthodox priest with an amazing memory, often reciting long passages of classic works in different languages. His mother was the daughter of an Orthodox priest, skilled at inventing and making various household hand tools. It can be said she could make most household daily necessities with her hands. It is said that even after age 60, her fingers were extremely flexible. His mother's inventive talent and hands-on ability provided genetic advantages and inspiration for Tesla's later inventions. In 1884, the 28-year-old Tesla came to work for an electric company in America, and the boss was Edison. Although Edison initially thought very highly of him and let him help invent the commercial operation of direct current (DC) equipment, Tesla had already begun studying alternating current (AC) in college. He believed that using AC step-down equipment had more prospects. He proposed to Edison that they should study AC electrical appliances, as that had more of a future. Edison thought to himself, "Where did this disobedient kid come from? My DC is already in operation, and now I'm just waiting for the products to come out and sell big so I can make a fortune. Why bother with AC? It's a pure waste of time. I can make the world use whatever I want them to use." So he rebuked Tesla. "Just honestly study DC equipment for me. If you make the machines in the factory run, I can reward you with $50,000. $50,000 is a bit exaggerated, right? That was indeed not a small amount. Tesla wanted this money to do his own research, so he followed the boss's request and finished what the boss wanted first. Afterward, Tesla took only 1 year to do it. But Edison broke his word. What $50,000? I have no idea about this. According to historical analysis, Edison was not the person who invented the electric light. He was just the person who registered the patent for the light bulb. Because before he registered it, electric candles already existed. He made improvements on top of that and then quickly registered the patent for mass production. As for who in his company actually invented it, everyone can take a guess.
Encountering such an untrustworthy boss, Tesla chose to leave and start his own company, named the Electric Light Company. Initially, he went everywhere to promote his views, but no one believed in his AC. After a period of frustration, Tesla's talent was discovered by a famous American entrepreneur named George Westinghouse. He thought very highly of this young man, so he gave him $1 million for research. Having received the first angel investment in his life, Tesla was very happy. He wanted everyone to understand the benefits of AC more, so he did some public performances. He had a power transmission device, with one hand connected to himself and the other to a light bulb. The electricity passed through his body and lit the bulb, yet he was completely unharmed. He also made something called a Tesla coil, similar to a tower with a ball on top that discharged electricity, which could light a bulb hanging in the air 25 meters away. When the public saw this, it was too miraculous. For a time, all the newspapers in America were writing articles saying he was simply a wizard of electricity. For a while, because of Tesla's miraculous inventions, his AC company became famous, even rivaling Edison. Edison's DC company, on the other hand, began to go downhill. But Edison had a way. The light bulb patent technology was in his hands. I won't let you use the light bulb. Let's see what you do. Therefore, Tesla's wireless lighting technology never gained practical promotion. To this day, the back of a light bulb still needs a wire. What's the use of inventing AC? What's the use of inventing wireless lighting? It must be installed on the light bulb I invented to be useful. This bulb is my patent. I must give my consent.
Because its safety and scalability were better than the DC invented by Edison, AC gained people's love and became popular. Edison still continued to refuse Tesla the light bulb patent, but Tesla's AC technology was used by Edison for free on the light bulb. It's not that wireless light bulbs couldn't be invented, it's that the world's power acquisition model had already been set. All application equipment could only operate on that foundation. It's just like whether you use the Apple system or the Android system. The application methods developed under different systems are definitely different. Because of Edison's various patent applications, human household appliances have since headed down the road of wired devices. Everyone probably has the feeling, why is technology so advanced, yet all electrical equipment in the home still cannot do without power cords? Yes, extremely troublesome. There's no choice. It's all caused by the limitations of history. Civilian technology can only follow Edison's wired light bulb technological thinking to the present day. Of course, the problem is not with Edison. Edison holds over 1,093 patents under his name in the U.S. Besides the U.S., in places like Britain, France, and Germany, his patents cumulatively exceed 1,500. His inventions cover multiple fields, including the phonograph, electric light, telephone, movies, power systems, etc. These inventions had a massive impact on the world. He was thus hailed as the king of invention. Yes, so the application of electricity was only a small part of Edison.
As an opponent of the death penalty, Edison, in order to combat Tesla's AC, even used his status to recommend to the legislative committee the use of an AC electric chair for executions. This would make many people feel that Tesla's AC was very terrifying. He even set up a stage to show people the process of how AC electrocutes an elephant, telling people how scary AC is. Yes,
God knows how many years a king of invention who constantly applied for product patents, only allowed his own company to manufacture products, and thus profited, has led the direction of human technological development astray, and how many gifted players were suppressed using these patents. Logically, since Tesla had long ago researched wireless energy, and so many years have passed and the light bulb technology patent has been declassified, it should be possible to popularize it. However, it is not so. All true geniuses do not invent for the purpose of making money. Tesla was like that. Just as Tesla received various affirmations and everyone admired him, he gave all the money he made to his angel investor, George Westinghouse. He only requested that the world know this thing was researched by me. That is to say, his wish was that not everything be filed under Edison's invention list. In 1886, after inventing the arc lighting system, Tesla received 7 patents and, at the investor's request, established the Tesla Electric Company. The modern AC system he designed received 122 patents throughout his life. His many related patents and theoretical research in electromagnetism are the cornerstone of modern wireless communication and radio. He also pointed the way for the development of major modern technologies such as radar principles, ion accelerators, wireless remote control weapons, and deathlight weapons.
Have you noticed? Tesla was a lone wolf. The research he quietly conducted all addressed issues of the fundamental direction of scientific development. This is naturally different from Edison's outlook of only focusing on product invention and putting profit first. As long as it was a system for which Edison had not applied for a product patent, Tesla had researched the direction in advance. If you want to make products and earn money, please do it in this direction. At least don't be like the light bulb, making a DC bulb and registering a patent so that the more convenient wireless bulb I invented cannot be promoted. Isn't this leading the technological direction astray? Tesla was absolutely a strategic genius, whereas Edison was perhaps a craftsman who made products. After Tesla became increasingly successful, someone else took an interest in him. This person was the famous American banker Morgan. He approached Tesla, asking him to research wireless transmission technology and gave him $150,000 and a large piece of land to use as an experimental site. Under the pretext of doing wireless transmission technology research, Tesla built a 57-meter-high tower here with a 20-meter diameter hemisphere on top. In fact, wireless transmission technology was a piece of cake for Tesla. He had researched it early on. He just wasn't in a hurry to turn in his homework. Why? Because he wanted to use this money and the laboratory to do something that would benefit all humanity. He discovered an inexhaustible free energy in this world, solar energy. The tower he built was actually built for this experiment. The electric tower could collect solar energy and convert it into underground electrical energy through wireless means. In this way, wherever the electric tower's radiation reached, there would be infinite electricity to use. This completely eliminates the need for power stations, coal mining, or oil extraction to obtain energy. The electric tower just needs to sit in the sun.
He wanted to use the investor's money to race against time and mature the free energy technology before saying anything. But just at this time, an Italian named Marconi claimed to have researched wireless transmission technology and even received the 1909 Nobel Prize. For a time, his fame was great. Later, some suspected that the investor, eager to make money and seeing that Tesla had not turned in his homework for a long time, used his status to secretly export his previous research results to someone else. Because the biggest supporter behind Marconi was Edison. Under Edison's full support, Marconi reached the pinnacle of his life. But this patent technology of Marconi's was clearly exactly the same as the remote control small boat plan Tesla applied for when Morgan funded him in 1898. Seeing those who stole his achievements gaining both fame and fortune and having no sense of shame, Tesla decided to sue Marconi for infringement. But think about it.
If a sweeping monk accuses a grand archbishop, saying, "You have no martial ethics and stole my scriptures," who would believe it? So the results can be imagined. He did not receive support. This was a lawsuit that lasted half a century. So was this technology actually stolen by Marconi from Tesla? We can look at the timeline. In 1893, Tesla already had manuscripts of wireless equipment designs. In 1898, Tesla applied for a circuit structure in a remote-controlled boat consistent with wireless design. In 1901, Marconi adopted Tesla's wireless design thinking from the remote-controlled boat and, with Edison's help, created wireless communication, achieving transatlantic wireless signal transmission and becoming famous. Tesla believed the technology Marconi used contained many of his patents, but the media, of course, stood by Marconi. In 1904, the U.S. Patent Office granted Marconi the patent for inventing radio. This move overturned its previous view that Marconi's patent was too similar to Tesla's, but gave no specific reason.
In 1909, Marconi received the Nobel Prize. In 1915, Tesla sued Marconi on the grounds of patent infringement and eventually lost. But in 1943, the U.S. Supreme Court finally formally recognized Nikola Tesla as the inventor of radio. But at that time, Tesla had already passed away. The disaster did not stop there. Tesla's laboratory, which researched technology that did not use coal, oil, or anything extracted from Earth's resources, was discovered by investors. They shouted that things were bad. "This guy wants to use the money I made from coal and oil to cut off my own path to wealth." Thus, suddenly one day, Tesla's laboratory caught fire, and all data was burned to ash. This included all drawings for clean energy. To this day, the cause of the fire remains unknown. Inside were his research results from over many years, including drawings for the Tesla coil, all destroyed in one go. What's even stranger is that after this big fire, the U.S. government completely blocked him. No one cared if you did inventions yourself, but no one provided funding or help. What do you think the reason to be? It is said that the later Tesla was like a scientific madman, inventing many unbelievable things. For example, a weapon that could instantly destroy everything within 300 kilometers, devices to control earthquakes, wild winds, and tsunamis, equipment to communicate with the dead, and devices to communicate with extraterrestrials, etc. He said his equipment had already received signals from extraterrestrials and that extraterrestrials were constantly monitoring Earth. During this time, the scientific community intended to have him and Edison receive the Nobel Prize together, but he refused to accept it. Thus, Edison also lost his only chance in life to receive a Nobel Prize. It is said Edison was so angry about this that he lay at home for a month because he had both money and fame and only lacked this heavyweight trophy to have no regrets in life.
Nikola Tesla's life was an epic of pure creativity, yet one marked by tragedy due to the shadows of human nature. Despite facing the envy and calculated maneuvers of Thomas Edison during the War of Currents, Tesla never let his flame of devotion be extinguished. While his rival used fame and power to protect a business empire, Tesla chose to sacrifice his personal interests, tearing up multi-million-dollar royalty contracts to secure the future of alternating current for humanity. He did not build a private fortune. Instead, he laid the foundation for modern civilization with radio, induction motors, and visions of wireless energy. Tesla's story serves as a profound warning to future generations. When people are blinded by the false aura of fame and selfish gain, they easily lose their conscience and compassion. Envy may grant a temporary victory in the race for wealth, but only kindness and selflessness allow a name to live forever in the hearts of mankind. Let us not allow ambition to turn us into those who hinder the progress of our fellow man. Instead, let us learn to cherish noble souls like Tesla, so that the world may be lit not only by electricity, but by humanity and integrity. On January 7, 1943, this once-in-a-century genius died in solitude.
in a hotel in Manhattan, New York, USA. When he died, there was not a single person by his side, and he even owed a massive amount of room rent at the time of his passing. But at his funeral, more than 2,000 people went to mourn. The FBI went to his room the very next day after he died and took away all the research data from his final days. Since then, there has been no news of him. Remember what was mentioned at the beginning? He had auditory hallucinations and fantasies since childhood. Perhaps God has already taken him away. Although the scientific community, to compensate for its mistake, used T as a symbol to express the unit of magnetic induction in the International System of Units, abbreviated as Tesla, the first letter of Tesla's name. However, the background color of human application technology has already been fully laid out. We ultimately cannot remove all the power poles and cables already installed, go back to the starting point, and redesign household appliances under a wireless power acquisition model. Nor will the method of extracting energy ever change again. The world pattern has been set. Perhaps no one can ever easily shake this big cake again. Which part did you like best? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that follow button.